Welcome, seekers of truth and witnesses to the impossible. Today, we step beyond the veil of mortal reality into the interdimensional pantheon, a realm where the laws of physics are but suggestions, and the clash of divinity echoes through the tapestry of time itself. We are here to witness a collision of two archetypes of chaos and conflict. On one side, the blood-soaked terror of Olympus, the god of war, Ares. On the other, the irrepressible Monkey King, the great sage equal to heaven, Sun Wukong. This is not merely a brawl, it is a synthesis of philosophies, a duel between the embodiment of brutal, tactical slaughter and the manifestation of infinite, mischievous defiance. First, behold Ares. He is the son of Zeus and Hera, the visceral pulse of the battlefield. He does not represent the strategy of Athena, nor the noble pursuit of victory, but the raw, unadulterated fury of combat. He is carnage incarnate, clad in armor forged in the fires of Hephaestus, carrying weapons that have tasted the marrow of heroes for millennia. He is accompanied by Phobos and Deimos, his sons, Fear and Terror, and his sister, Eris, the spirit of discord. His strength is not just physical, it is a metaphysical weight that crushes the morale of armies before the first sword is drawn. Across the arena stands Sun Wukong. Born from a celestial stone on the mountain of flowers and fruit, he is the product of heaven and earth's alchemy. He has mastered the 72 transformations, allowing him to become anything: a bird, a fish, a temple, or a grain of sand. He has traveled to the underworld and crossed his name from the book of life and death, rendering him functionally immortal. He wields the Riyi Jingu Bang, a pillar that once measured the depths of the ocean, weighing nearly 8 tons, yet obeying his whim like a feather. He has consumed the peaches of immortality and stolen the Lao Jia elixir of life. He is the ultimate rebel, the one who broke the jade gates of the celestial palace and humiliated the armies of heaven. The arena is a shifting plane of existence. The ground is made of solidified obsidian that reflects the stars of 1,000 galaxies. Gravity here is subjective, fluctuating based on the intensity of the warrior's intent. Great floating monoliths drift through the void, inscribed with forgotten runes that hum with the frequency of creation. The air tastes of ozone and ancient copper.
So, you are the beast of the east. I have heard the whispers of your arrogance. They say you defied your own gods. Tell me, monkey, do you know what it feels like to finally meet a god who does not care for your tricks, but only for the sound of your bones snapping?
Ah, the Greek brute. I have fought demons, dragons, and celestial generals who commanded the tides. You smell of stale blood and insecurity. I have seen the face of the Jade Emperor, and he was far more intimidating than a man wearing a shiny hat. Are you ready to dance, or should I wait for you to find your courage?
With a guttural roar that shatters the silence of the void, Ares charges. He does not run, he teleports through the sheer force of his murderous intent, reappearing inches from Wukong with his spear aimed at the monkey's throat. Wukong, reacting with reflexes sharpened by centuries of combat, twirls his staff. The sound of metal clashing against divine gold rings out like a supernova detonating in a vacuum. The shockwave ripples outward, pulverizing the obsidian floor into stardust. Ares lunges again, his movements a blur of red light and jagged edges. Every strike from his blade creates a fissure in reality, leaking the essence of war into the arena. Wukong is pushed back, his feet sliding through the shifting dust. The Monkey King laughs, a manic, high-pitched sound that cuts through the gravity of the battlefield. Suddenly, he pulls a handful of hairs from his arm and blows upon them. In an instant, a dozen clones of Wukong appear, each wielding a replica of the Jingu Bang.
Numbers mean nothing to the god of war. I have slaughtered armies that covered the horizon like locusts.
Ares sweeps his spear in a wide arc, unleashing a wave of crimson energy that disintegrates the clones one by one. But the real Wukong is already in the air, somersaulting into the stratosphere of the arena. He grows to the size of a mountain, his staff extending to pierce the very sky, turning into a massive pillar of iron that descends with the crushing weight of a collapsing star. Ares stands his ground, raising his shield of indestructible bronze. The impact creates a crater miles deep. The sound is deafening, a physical blow that shakes the foundations of the pantheon.
Is that all? You possess strength, yes, but you lack the killer instinct. You play, you boast, you prance. I am the end of all things.
Ares shifts his form. He grows, his armor expanding to match the gargantuan scale of the battle. He summons the spirits of the fallen, a legion of spectral warriors that emerge from the ground, their faces twisted in eternal agony. They swarm Wukong, biting and tearing at his celestial fur. Wukong shifts into a giant golden eagle, his wings creating hurricanes that scatter the spirits. He dives, his talons infused with the searing heat of a kiln, raking across Ares' chest and drawing golden ichor.
You talk of killing, little god, but have you ever died? I have been roasted in the 8 trigram furnace of Laoja for 49 days. My eyes were tempered by smoke and fire. Your blood is nothing but paint. Your wars are nothing but nursery rhymes.
Wukong transforms again, this time into a creature of pure light and sound, moving faster than Ares can track. Ares swings wildly, his spear striking only empty space. He is frustrated, his rage fueling his strength but clouding his perception. He calls upon the fire of Olympus, surrounding himself with a vortex of flames, attempting to trap the elusive monkey. Wukong, however, simply enters the space between seconds. He strikes Ares from every direction simultaneously, each blow of the Jingu bang rattling the Greek god's very soul.
I am Ares. I am the inevitability of the sword. I cannot be defeated by a creature of fable.
Ares enters his final state, the avatar of war. His eyes glow with a void black light, and his spear begins to drink the very heat of the arena. He swings with enough force to cleave a world in two. Wukong stops his movement. He stands still, his staff resting on his shoulder. He smiles, a grin that reflects the wisdom of an enlightened being and the mischief of a trickster. He does not dodge. He does not block. He simply lets the spear strike his chest. The weapon shatters upon contact.
Impossible. My spear was forged in the hearts of stars.
And I have consumed the peaches of longevity and the golden pills of the Tao. I am not flesh and blood, Ares. I am the manifestation of the impossible. You represent the struggle for power, but I represent the freedom from it.
With a swift, fluid motion, Wukong taps his staff against Ares' forehead. The shockwave of the hit sends the Greek god hurtling backward through the dimensions of the arena, his physical form fracturing like glass. Ares tries to reform, to summon more rage, but he finds he cannot. He has been outmaneuvered not by strength, but by a level of reality that is limited, conflict-driven existence cannot comprehend. The winner is clear. While Ares is a titan of power, his nature is limited by the very concept of war. He is bound to the struggle. Sun Wukong, however, exists beyond the boundaries of destiny. Having achieved Buddhahood and mastered the 72 transformations, he possesses a degree of transcendence that makes him immune to the specific domain of the god of war. Ares fights to win. Wukong fights because the game has no ending. In a battle of arcane abilities, the Monkey King's ability to manipulate reality, his immunity to death, and his mastery of illusions overcome the brute force of the Olympian. The dust settles in the Interdimensional Pantheon. The silence returns, heavier than before. Wukong vanishes, leaving only a single golden hair fluttering in the void. Ares remains, kneeling in the ruins, realizing that in this corner of the multiverse, he was merely a footnote. And so, the legend continues. Does the Monkey King truly have an equal, or is he destined to be the rogue that shakes the foundations of every reality? If you enjoyed this epic clash and want to see more battles between the myths and legends of old, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Your support is the fuel that keeps these stories alive. Until next time, keep questioning the legends. Who would emerge victorious when the embodiment of carnage meets the master of the 72 transformations? We analyze the logic, mythology, and arcane capabilities of these two titans to determine the true ruler of the arena. Prepare for an immersive journey through myth, strategy, and high-stakes combat. Join us as we bridge the gap between Western and Eastern pantheons in a showdown that defies the boundaries of space and time. Subscribe for more divine combat simulations and deep dives into the lore of world mythology.